So what exactly happened? We spoke with several eyewitnesses, we spoke with people who were here, departments, to finally get a minute-by-minute breakup of what happened in the intervening night of 16th and 17th. Remember, this is the night where there was thick smog, pollution at its peak, fog at its peak as well, which meant zero visibility. One of the reasons why his car even went into the ditch. Around midnight is when we understand that his car went in. At 12:10, he made a call to his father. Yuvraj's father lives about 15 minutes from this spot, but it took him a lot longer because he could not understand where Yuvraj was at that point. All he was telling his father at that point was that he's about to die and that he's drowning in a ditch. Yuvraj's father says that he just couldn't figure out which ditch it was because there are so many of them right here in the sector 115 Noida and perhaps several more which are death traps in waiting of sorts. He says it took him 40 minutes. 12:40 is when he finally reached the spot. And how did he trace him? Because Yuvraj opened the light of his phone camera, flashed that, and that's how they finally understood where he was. The PCR call was made. His dad called up 112. The PCR arrived, we are told, in just about 15 minutes. By that time, it was already 1 o'clock. PCR came here and quickly understood that they were perhaps not swimmers, could not do much, so they called up the fire department. That's when things started building up hope that fire department will perhaps have the equipment to go inside and rescue him, because till that point you could hear Yuvraj, you could hear him screaming, answering and talking to his father. Interaction was going on. But fire department came, but perhaps the equipment wasn't enough. We are told that they came with ropes, they came with hydraulic platforms as well. The rope, we are told, wasn't long enough to reach him, and the hydraulic plank or the platform there wasn't long enough to get to him. This is where things really got interesting, because several eyewitnesses say that they heard the fire department saying that the water is too cold and that there could be saria, which is basically an iron rod that is used for construction, which could be inside, and they didn't want to endanger their life. Which is when the fire department themselves admit that they asked for SDRF to come in. Now, what is SDRF? SDRF is basically the State Disaster Response Force. The country has SDRF and NDRF, state units and the national units. These are trained people who know exactly what to do in situations like these. The fire department was heard by several eyewitnesses saying that SDRF should come in because they don't know what to do in this situation at all. By that time, SDRF could actually come in. It was 3:30 a.m. But here's the dangerous part. The last time Yuvraj was actually heard, or any communication that happened between him and all those standing right here, was around 2:30. We are made to understand that by the time SDRF even arrived, he had already drowned. 3:30 is when we are told they came in. SDRF also came in. They did not have boats. The version again of Yuvraj's father here is that by the time the first boat was put together and made to go inside this water body, it was 6 a.m. 6 critical hours lost, and nobody could do anything. It's not just time that was lost. It was a young life, a 27-year-old promising young boy whose life was lost as well.